Using an animateur within school, it allows you, certainly helps you to achieve an awful lot more than what was possible before. By that, what I mean by that is simply this: staff work extremely hard here. At the same time, as much as we would like to do other things for ourselves within the expressive arts faculty and across the rest of the school, we simply do not have the time. The inclination is certainly there, the spirit is there to do it, believe me, the enthusiasm, but it comes down to time. There's so many demands upon teachers' times these days to get things right all the time, to jump through this hoop, jump through that hoop, to look at these tables, look at those tables, etc, etc. And it's very hard to do it. What C&T has allowed us to do by employing an animateur is actually to take away an awful lot of that burden, and to be actually still working obviously in conjunction with the amateur very closely, to actually be able to put into practice a lot of those plans, a lot of those aspirations, and that's been the main thing. There's so much more happening now because of having an amateur in school, because of that flexibility that allows him to actually create time, to create spaces in people's, in teachers' lives, if you like, to be able to think, sit down, think, okay, this is what we want to do, and we can do it. I think that's been one of the greatest things about it.
The biggest way, I guess, is through the specialist schools remit of raising standards, and for me, there's two main strands, if you like, within the teaching and learning aspect. The first one being enhancing creativity in the classroom, and the second one, definitely, I think, through active learning. And kind of a third one, an unofficial one, the whole idea of learning being fun. And that it's not just, you know, it doesn't have to be very dour and serious, that actually, you know, there can be some enjoyment in there.
Dan Morgan, our animateur, is now an integral member of the school and is accepted as a member of the staff. But he's in the staff room, he's around the corridors, and because he's a familiar face and he's there and he's available and he's very approachable, then staff do approach him, and he's something that is there and accepted, and people go and talk to him and work with him very easily. Whereas when you've just got somebody there for the odd week or the odd day, then they're a novelty, they're a speciality, and the planning time isn't as great, and it's not as comfortable. There's not that trust and that relationship there that we've got with Dan now, have it after 2 years.
The downside is that we only have our animateur for 20 hours a week, quite honestly. I'd love to be in a situation perhaps where we could have another 10 hours on top of that, where we could actually have it from a practical point of view. Obviously, for Greg to have those 10 hours, I know that's not quite possible, and certainly it probably isn't from a financial point of view either, but it'd be very useful to actually have that. It'd be useful for Greg to actually have superhuman powers, so he can actually be in more places than one at once as well. But unfortunately I can't see that happening either at the moment in time, because it is in demand, and again I think that's testimony to the kind of work that's going on and the success that we've met with so far, that people are asking to talk to him, chatting to him about possible ideas, possible projects, and we can't do everything all at once, unfortunately, as much as we'd love to do so. But as you said, you know, it's a long-term project.